talking to comics real quick. And I told you this because, let's be honest, after 30 years, I finally figured this out. Nobody told me. And it's just like anything else, you know? When you do your weekly spots, right? I want you to, like, that's why I don't like open mics. Like pay $5.
Right.
Go up. The other comics are looking at you. They're on their phones. And you really don't get a read. Yeah, you go through the emotions, but you don't know if you bombed or if they worked. So what the fuck, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Just go to a bar and tell Vinny, Nicky, go up there and fucking tell the bartender I'm going to get on stage and do 10 jokes here. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, let him go. Put the light on. Well, if we get laughs, he could put on the light on after 3 minutes. You know, shit like that. I'm just exaggerating.
No, but that'd be great.
But the whole thing always that I never did as a comic because of addictions and stupidity was I never went up there with, it's another word for purpose. I mean, we discussed this.
Intention?
Intention. Another word for intention. So, again, you're 38. You go to jiu-jitsu. You're there for 90 days. You learn the basic shit. Now you're there for 180 days, and now you're rolling with people. You're still getting beat up. But after a while, I forgot where I'm going with this. The edible's hitting me.
Going somewhere with intent?
You know, after a while, when I go, so after a while, you become a blue belt, and you're so crazy, you're just going in to tap people.
Right.
I'm 63. I have no intention of tapping anybody.
You don't want to tap anybody?
I get little victories. I get a hook in, and I sweep you. Oh, my God.
And you're done?
Done for the day. That's it. I got to go. We did jumping jacks. We did push-ups. We did sit-ups. We drilled. That's it. So intention is everything.
Right.
When I go to a class and Nicky's like, let's jiu-jitsu. Nicky's fucking 10 times quicker than me. Even if he busted his ankle, he'd be quicker than me. I could sit on him. If I could get him. But Nicky's smart. If I could get him, and even then, these young guys, they always find a way to hook your leg. And next thing you know, you're flying in the fucking air.
Oh, my God.
And you're 200 pounds heavier than these motherfuckers. But my point is, when I go to jiu-jitsu now, I don't go for any of that razzle-dazzle. I just go to not get hurt.
Right.
To do one fucking thing. So, you're leaving one club. You're going to the other one. Well, Joey, I bombed. But look where you performed. I'm not taking nothing away from you. I'm not taking nothing away from stand-up comedy. But I won because I tried that joke the first time and I ate a bag of dicks. But the second time, everything I dropped sucked. But that joke got a laugh.
Yeah.
I won. That was my intention for the night, was to tighten up that joke. And by the time you get to the third spot, it's gravy now. There's 8 people. You go in there to crack that joke, but there ain't nobody to crack it with. There's only 8 people.
Yeah.
And now you start talking and you found a variation for that joke. So that's intention. I had no intention. My intention was to get a gram of coke and fucking snort it after the show, and who was going to suck my dick. So I had no intention.
When did you start like doing that with comedy? When you?
About a year ago.
I will.
Because I don't have much to do. I don't have 5 nights. I got 2 nights, so I got to get the most out of my 2 fucking nights of comedy. I can't go every night to do comedy.
You don't think so?
Listen, man.
Even if you did the 8 o'clock show?
I got some stories for you, right?
Okay.
No, I just got stories for you that it's not what it used to be. Like I can't live that life no more of a nomad. Dog, I come in at 1 a.m. I'm done for 2 nights. I got no reason to lie to anybody.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Like I go out on a Wednesday, I get home 11:30 after a 2-hour drive. And then I pull a Thursday night and I bump into Nick and you and George and we're talking and he wants to get eggplant scallopini at a pizza place. And it's 1:30 in the morning. Nobody drank. But nobody in this room is going to be tip-top magoo at 7:30 when I call you. And we need to be up at 7:30.
Yeah.
So then, it's not like the old days when I just flipped over, took a Coke snot out of my nose, ate it, banged one out, and went right back to bed till 1. Those days, I can't do that no more.
No.
I got people looking at me. I got cats meowing. I got wives asking me questions and shit, you know.
I had to take a nap at like 6 o'clock the other night because I had a midnight show.
Listen, I take a nap every day. And sometimes 2 naps.
A day? Good for you.
Today, my nap was
Or you're going to the Whoop.
49 minutes. And that's all I needed. That's it. Just a little, after I lift and drive and people telling me, you got to join up the fucking, today I got into it with the fucking agency. You have to link up the page for a gig. And I'm, guys, what are you talking about? A Facebook page now? You have to link it?
Right.
I'm not doing that. That's not happening. We just sell tickets here. You know what I'm saying? We just sell tickets. I'm not linking groups and putting posters of me in the shower. I don't need that aggravation.
I can't wait to be able to say that to one person. I don't think I can to tell anyone no.
You're good. Black coffee is the shit.
Oh,
I'll tell you what else is the shit, which I haven't gotten in 6 years.
what's that?
A flat white from Starbucks. That motherfucker. That motherfucker.
Remember there was like 6 months you were up until 3 or 4 in the morning because you kept stopping on the way home from the comedy store?
Listen.
The flat white.
Dog, I've been addicted to everything. I don't sit here and just lay judgment because I'm some fucking kid who went to 4 years of college and the neuro mind. No, I'll tell you about shit you haven't heard before. At my worst, okay, Tuesdays was pizza night. I always took them with me on Tuesdays. We stopped, we double parked. We didn't give a fuck. We went to Joe's.
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
Once Joe's open, yeah.
Wednesday was always open. So if I went to the store Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, my goal was to get out of there to make the midnight Starbucks. They had a Starbucks that closed at midnight around the corner from my house, a fucking drive-through, dog. You get there at 10 to 12, it's a bunch of limo drivers getting fucking gallons. They're getting their coolers filled, and I would sit there and get the tallest black white, El Big Grande, whatever
the Venti or the Trenta or
the
something?
biggest one, the Grande Monday.
The Grande is the smallest one, but the biggest one is like 20 or 30, yeah.
Yeah, it was the 30 one.
Damn, the Trenta, fuck.
I sip the top, put the lid on it.
You drink a Trenta? I didn't know that. I didn't know you're drinking that. That's 30 ounces.
Dog.
That's 3 sodas.
At midnight. And I go home and put sugar. Dog, you have no idea. And then I'd be popping Xanaxes and writing and shit. And then I wake up the next morning and I ordered like a boat. I ordered I emailed my girlfriend from high school and apologized for stealing her flowers. I'm like, what the fuck?
Jesus, dude.
Dog, I was drinking a flat white 2 nights a week. And bouncing. George, because I was a crazy comedian, man.
I want to see how many milligrams of caffeine is in this. Yeah, I think so.
George, I was crazy. I was fucking crazy. And I'm eating Xanax and eating edibles, 2,000, 3,000 milligrams. And I'm drinking a fucking Grande at midnight. I'd be fucking bouncing, Jack. By 3 in the morning, I'd be fucking starving. Starving. I'd eat. Guys, you had no idea what I went through. You have no idea. Nobody else.
I'm not even looking at the calories. They're saying it's at least 300 milligrams of caffeine. And it says the Trenta flat whites are usually made with espresso shots in smaller quantities. So a Trenta would require many extra shots, significantly boosting caffeine. Yeah.
And I'm not just drinking fucking espressos. That flat white at midnight. I'm going home to rock. Okay?
Yeah, why would you bring yourself all the way up with the coffees and then all the way down with the Xanax?
Because I convinced myself that it would help me ride or be like Henry Kerouac or one of those fucking people. I don't know why. Lee. I'm fucking crazy. So I would call you when I got home with the 12 white. Hey, what are you doing? Well, I'm sitting here. Hi. And I laugh. And I hang up on him. And then I drink a couple sips of coffee and I go into the fucking back room and start with the fucking pipe. And I was this crazy, guys. And I would, in those days, like I had good edibles, but George would bring me this. I would get so hungry that I would eat the edibles as like a fucking.
That used to blow my mind when you would do that.
I would eat like a bag of 800. that had like 800 milligrams or something. It was a whole bag. I would eat the whole thing at 2 a.m, guys. And then to fall asleep, I'd pop fucking 3 or 4 Xanaxes. One every 10 minutes. The little footballs. And I'd sit there like fucking, I'd crawl into bed at night, and I don't know, when I wake, and then I'd wake up, it'd be 4. But this is for somebody who gets up at lunch at 2. That didn't happen in my world. I woke up at 7. So that first hour, do you know what I was in? Hell. You don't know where you're at. You just walk on. Terry would talk to me, and I'd go, not now. And I just get a cup of coffee, and I drink like, in those days, I would drink 2 cups of American coffee, black, with sweetener, and I would pop 2 espressos for breakfast, maybe 3.
Damn.
That was my morning before I went in the shower. Then I'd do all the method I do in the back, smoking, toking, and then I'd fucking come out, eat breakfast, and I'd hit that fucking thing again. I was unstoppable. That's why I wasn't lying on Theo's podcast. Somebody was going to die. I didn't cancel this podcast because I was moving. I fuck around with Lee and I fuck around with you people. But I'll tell you what, I respect things more than any of you motherfuckers do. And I know for a fact, because I go on, I read your pages, and there's no respect anymore. But the things I respect the most, even if my mother died, even when Social Security wouldn't give me money, even when they threw me in fucking jail for something I did, was laws and the country and how it works. What I saw last week should scare you more than ever. And I'll cut into a story to tell you because we were just talking about the story 2 weeks ago. I feel that last Tuesday in America, they just murdered a fucking woman on the street. But Joey, she weaponized the car. I weaponized the car once. That motherfucker's still walking with a limp, okay? I know what weaponizing a fucking car is, okay? And people are going to have different opinions on this one. But let me tell you what I saw. I saw a fucking chick that divorced her husband, that was confused, all of a sudden wanted to eat pussy, and all of a sudden, who saw the Grammys last night? What the fuck?
The Golden Globes.
I woke up this morning, I'm trying to have a good morning, and I'm going through Twitter, and I see a thing about Mark Ruffalo. And it's like, Mark, how you doing tonight? Oh, I feel great to be here this evening, with Hollywood's elite, but I really can't enjoy myself because of the murder of whatever. We wore a pin. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not one of those guys at all. I'm not one of those guys at all. But, there's people who find that solace and they find peace going somewhere at Rudy's, and for George to come up to me and say, oh my God, I saw what you did on NBC. You're so brave. There's people who live for that shit. I know somebody has to stick up for the blind children in fucking Tel Aviv. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know the efforts of the world. I'm not one of those guys. I've never been one of those people. But that woman was. But Joey, they taunted the ICE agents. Years ago in Boulder, when we lived in Boulder, the CIA would come. And one of the things I took from those things, because I went down there not to protest the CIA, just to see white kids getting beat up. I enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy seeing stupid people get beat up. And dog, every year what I noticed was that the Boulder police and the other people would have the shields, and people would just be yelling at them. Me, 2 yells, and I got a foot up your ass, especially if I'm a cop. Look. Hey, you fat spick, over. If you think the beating they put on Rodney King, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm going to Rodney King this motherfucker. I'm going to duplex him because I'm a fucking cop, okay? That's why I didn't become a cop. That's why I don't do roast. That's why I don't like, there's a point. And after that point, you're fucking, they're just white people, bro. In America, in Minnesota. What's the joke you used to tell me about Minnesota? Go get a gallon of milk. Some stupid shit. Exactly. What do they know? You ever hear when I walk into an airport and you always have this family cut you off? 9 out of 10. When you walk into an airport bright and early in the morning, there's always a family that walks in front of you, and you're like telling your girlfriend or, you're trying to get your luggage, make sure you got your ticket, and all of a sudden it's freezing out. fucking freezing. Where's my scarf? And you go, and this family walks into the airport and they just stop. And they think they're in heaven. And they speak in all different languages. They're all talking like, move!
Yeah.
Move! Fucking move! You could step aside and talk all that shit and look around and, Japan, all that shit for an hour. By the time you finish, I'm already at the gate, back in my shit. That was one of those women. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, move the car. She's looking, she stepped. Bro, you can't shoot a tire. You can't to shoot a woman in broad daylight in the clip, and people have different opinions. I don't talk about this type of shit on the show. What were we talking about a couple of weeks ago? My mother's friend, who I took the Polaroids of. My mother had two friends. My mother had, and I told you guys, a bartender that was really hot. And I liked her. Her name was Digna. I was at a house when Hank Aaron hit the home run. She was cooking and shit. Digna had a baby, but I was tight with Digna and her husband. Her husband I was really tight with. I was 10, 9, and Digna would talk to me about stories of Cuba. And one day she told me, I think I told you guys, she goes, feel my head. And it was like a fucking pimple farm. I was like, I go, what is that? She goes, that's shrapnel from a fucking gun.
Yeah.
December 31st, 1959. She goes, everybody was leaving Havana. She goes, I got in a car with my sister. She goes, we just went like we were going into the campo, into the country, whatever the fuck. She goes, we missed the fucking spot. They killed my sister and they left me for dead in the car. She had like shrapnel in her fucking head. This is before 9/11, so she'd go to the airport with no fucking problems. There was no magnetic flame. She's not going to fuck up your 4G phone.
That's so funny.
But that always reminded me of that. A year ago, listen, again, if you think you hate Jimmy Kimmel, I hate him more than you guys ever hated Jimmy Kimmel. Okay? I don't think Jimmy Kimmel ever said a funny fucking thing. I think if you stay up late to watch Jimmy Kimmel, there's a problem with you. But I never spoke about this publicly. The FCC or whoever shut him down because of what he was saying about the president, whatever he wasn't saying. Freedom of speech is the First Amendment, is it not?
Yeah.
Once you lose that, you lose everything. And they retraced it and they gave him back his job and all that shit. But that's to show you the wind that we're kind of taking. It's the wind that we're kind of taking. The world's changing right in front of your fucking eyes.
Oh, yeah.
It's changing right in front of your eyes. But this situation, again, I'm not going to show up in New York City at the protest. I just know to me, for a man who does this for 10 years for ICE and should be prepared. Listen, when I first saw it, before any judgment, I thought it was murder. I just thought something wasn't fucking right there. That's just my true opinion. And then I heard and I saw both sides and 18 different fucking angles because everybody's got JF Kennedy around them now. Everybody got a fucking phone. I never saw nothing like that. Everybody had a fucking angle. Even the cop had his side of the thing. Come on, guys. I don't know.
It's a fucked up situation. I don't know why ICE people don't have to wear body cams.
So me and the kid became tied at the Comedy Store. This was the first thing I ever did, guys. And it wasn't positive. I did an interview with the guy. He took some pictures of me. He asked me, are you from North Bergen? He didn't know I was from North Bergen. He didn't know what North Bergen was from. What North Bergen was. He had no idea. I don't know where he was from, but he knew nothing about New Jersey. We start talking, and all of a sudden, thank you for interviewing me. I'm excited. I'm green as fuck at the Comedy Store, and this guy wants to interview me about my journey with comedy the last 8 years. Well, he put it up, and that web was popular back then. Like 98, 99, around there, 2000. And I see him one day, and he goes, can I talk to you for a second? And I go, what's up? He's like, listen, man, I put 1,000 comics on there. And this is before Longest Yard. This is before basketball. This is before any of that shit. It was around basketball. And he goes, I put that thing up of you. And people had like some comments, but you pissed some people off.
Huh. It was like your first. I've never heard about this.
I was just thinking about it. That's what got me a little confused at first, because I was already paranoid about going to LA. CBS reached out. And then I thought about Tim Allen, that he got arrested, but now he's on Disney. So at least if they come after me for a police record, I could always say, what about Tim Allen? Big, complete differences. But I tried to get my, anyway. And I go, what do you mean, like cops? And he goes, no. I got one from a guy in Boulder who said not to trust you. And I got a guy from somebody you grew up with in New Jersey who said you were really bad news. Or something else. Something, like it was something else. And I remember looking at him going, interesting. Not mad at anybody. I mean, the other day I was watching The Longest Yard, and I was thinking about when Adam called me in his office at Sony. And he goes, I don't know who you pissed off, but read this. And he gave me a letter. And it was like, Dear Mr. Adam, you made a bad choice with Joey Diaz.
Jesus.
He's not Italian. And I saw all those 20 names that wrote it. I never said nothing to none of them except to one of them.
Oh, you knew them?
I knew them from auditions.
Oh, shit.
And
it was other actors.
And these were all the guys that had eaten their lunches at different auditions. There was a time when those Italian auditions would come out, and I'd walk in there with a pep in my fucking step. Like a black dude, like a limp, like, yeah. And they'd say, what the? And then I'd talk Spanish in front of them to really piss them off. And then I booked the fucking job. And then I'd see them 2 weeks later, and they go, you booked that fucking job. Don't they know you're Spanish? And I go, here comes the hate. There were 20 fucking names on that Longest Yard list of people saying that I wasn't fucking Italian. That, bro,
I would have.
That's the mind of the minute human being. That he's gonna go, well, he got it. I'm fucking really Italian. I'm Tuturuts. What is that? When they're always Neapolitan. They always got to tell you where they're from. Oh, you're a real retard. All right. You know,
like I would give so much money to be able to see Adam's reaction to that letter. Like
he
that
just
moment,
threw it at me. He goes, look and read this. But my point is that when I got that podcast, me and Felicia were experimenting. And as I was doing that podcast with Felicia, I knew this was going to be a podcast. This was going to be my HBO boxing. HBO After Dark, like they show this fucking dude and he's killing people. Then they go to his house and he's got cats and he's got daughters and he's making them farina for breakfast and he's putting bows in their hair. Meanwhile, you hated this guy. You just saw him. And that's human nature. People are going to look at you and go, I don't like this guy. But then you're going to hear something about him. Either you're going to hate him more or go, fuck, I didn't know. Let me check into this guy. He's a human being. He's not the monster that they're portraying you to be. So when we started doing the podcast, in the beginning, it was about me getting my criminal stories out there so they couldn't come back to me later. Get them out. Why are we fighting? Even drop the names. Not of everybody, but drop some names so you know they're talking about them. Get them out. Get them out before somebody goes, hey, when we were kids, he robbed a jewelry store. Episode 54. Sorry, now I know who you are. Now you made yourself look bad. Already talked about that in episode 54. But by the second year, it became something else, that podcast. It became the education of Lee. So through my stories, Lee would listen and sit there with his jaw dropped. You guys really, like when I was driving up 88th Street, and I swear to God, by that park, by the mouth, I still remember, till this day, it was a Friday, about 9:45 at night, and there was a car that didn't even park right in the mouth of that park. Like, I'm just going out on a Friday night. I'm walking up that hill and I'm looking, and there's a car that's parked this way. Okay? And it was all 4 doors were open, and everybody around that car was eating. And I go, guys, what's going on here? And I remember their faces, but I don't remember their names. I go, what's going on? They're like, we robbed the Chinese delivery dude. This is his car. Go come get some food. And I'm over there eating lo mein with them and shit. And I'm like, how'd you do it? And they're like, oh, we fucking wait till the delivery guy, the Wing Fung, or they robbed some guy. I mean, they robbed the fucking Chinese delivery guy, dog. They took the car, the cash, and the food. One of those crazy motherfuckers from 88th Street Park. Who would believe that? Who would fucking believe that? I just drove past it, and I was giggling to myself going, oh, my God, I saw the fucking wire by Liggio's house the other day. The one I got stuck on, did I tell you the story with the snow? It's still fucking there. My van got caught, and I'm over there, smoke's coming out of the tires and shit. So I wanted to get it out before I did get a TV show. And some motherfucker goes, go to CHR. And I go to HR, and they're like, hey, man, we're going to have to scrap you off the show. Some guy said you kidnapped him 30 years ago and you went to prison. I got it out there. It started becoming that I go to auditions and people would tell me, tell us how you kidnapped that dude. That's it. I got this role. They know me. They got referred by somebody who heard that story and said, you know what? Give him a second chance. So that was the point of that first podcast. And it grew from there. That's why when you see these 28-year-olds, we raised those motherfuckers. We did things that their parents couldn't do, their dads couldn't do. I don't know. Okay, we were talking about, then there's the guy that, moved to Los Angeles and met Maria, and she worked sewing and cleaning houses, and he got a job working for a company as a janitor, and things evolved, and they had 3 kids. Then they opened up a taco place. The taco place been open 24 years. He's been here 38 years. And now you want to pull him out by a gun in front of his family because he's illegal? In my world, that guy made a life here. Go over to give him a summons, but don't treat that man like that. He's honestly become an American. Everybody in the neighborhood comes in to see Jose for a taco every day, no matter what nationality you are. And they, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was little things. But again, I'm not a judge. I don't know what the fuck they did. But to come into neighborhoods and pull people out of cars, dog.
It seems like a movie almost.
It's a movie. It's just something that, it's a message. Okay? And I love messages. I love that. Look at these idiots in New York are calling to impeach the hot chick with the fucking earrings. Yeah, whatever her fucking name is. That chick, she's the meanest person in the world. Like, if you fuck her, hell have no fury. She'll get you somewhere, But that's not the issue here. These are the problems I had. And again, I'm not blaming a political. I'm not saying that Spanish people are good or not good. I'm just giving it to you from a criminal fucking take. What I saw last week. That was number 1. And number 2, what was criminal last night that I saw. I went out to dinner. I came home. My wife and I were going to watch something, and I wanted to see the girl, Nikki.
Okay.
And I put the thing on. Golden Globes, thank you. And I put the fucking thing on, and I told Nick, male performer was going to come on. Best male actor. And I go, Nick, this is the best because soon, and he'll tell you. I go, it's going to be Seth Rogen because he's going to take that award. He's going to walk into the back, dog, and 2 guys tap you, and you go behind a curtain, and there's a little room, and there's 8 fucking old school Jews with masks on, one with a Hitler mask, the other one with a Mussolini mask. And you just know you got to bend over, suck all their dicks, and they're fucking in the ass with that old Jew dick. And then you pull up your pants, you go out there with the Golden Grammy, whatever the fuck it is, and you're so fucking happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people don't know, you just sucked 8 dicks, sold your soul 8 times to the same people Tom Cruise told to fuck themselves in Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh.
Seth Rogen.
You think it's that important?
Place. There's another fucking world that looms there. They got that poor John Cena coming out with a dress. Those Jews are cold-blooded, dog. But this is not what I want to talk to you about.
That has to be the name of the episode, I think.
They did something that was so, again, you could just lie to the American public so fucking long, okay? They did a Golden Globes for a fucking podcast.
Who won?
Which, listen, I got no beef with. But you know what? Whatever you feel about them. And again, I'm not a cheerleader for anybody. But again, you just state the facts. You try to state the facts, and it's an opinion on your end. I'm looking at this, and I'm like, first off, I knew who, before they named them, I knew 3 of the podcasts that were going to be nominated for.
Okay.
Dax Shepard, the chick from The Office, the blonde.
Okay.
And there was another one I knew. Oh, the dude who's an actor. And then he became a podcaster with 2 other movie stars.
Oh,
because I read the article about his wife saying that he's making so much money now he doesn't have to act anymore. He could stay home and be a dad. So I knew 3 of those were going to get nominated.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about this nomination shit. I thought it would be at least JRE and Call Me Daddy.
Call Her Daddy, yeah.
Call Her Daddy was nominated. But I'm watching these guys, and it's like winning Defensive Player of the Year, and Lawrence Taylor got more votes than you did double than you. They got suspended for doing blow. And you got to actually go up there and go, yeah, I did it. No, you didn't do shit. Lawrence Taylor got high. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I felt like we know who put this blueprint together. I know who put this blueprint together. And you know what? And I appreciate what you guys did. You guys came, took that blueprint and changed it around. The one podcast is 3 couches and they just sit there. One guy in the middle. And listen, it works. It's not a podcast. It's a live entertainment podcast, which we used to be. We're not live anymore. We can't smoke dope. We can't light ourselves on fire. We can't smoke fucking hash under a pipe. They suspend you and don't let you play the episodes. So that's been taken away from us. Again, I'm not crying. I'm trying to take the topic back to last night. But even Theo Von. Even Theo fucking Von. You know, even Theo Von, who I think had the best fucking last 2 years in podcasting. Honestly.
Yeah, hard to argue against it.
Honestly. Honest to God. He had 2 really good years. Forget the political people. Just he had really 2 years. You couldn't put him in there, something. But they decided to play like this snooty thing. And I bet Mark Ruffalo had a button on to, he had a button for JRE, like, please, was horrible because he hates Rogan too.
Well, and this is something I don't think a lot of people know, and I'm not even sure I fully understand it. But like when you see someone like get as up for, like, I always used to see it in LA for your consideration. Don't like the studios or whatever, like basically wine and dine and like campaign for their whatever to win. So like I bet these people probably spent money to get nominated for the Golden Globe. It's not like not like there was like an actual team of judges.
Listen. I know you picked this up when you lived there, and people don't understand this at home. They never will. And they think that you're hating, as they call it. Oh, well, Joey's hating. I'm not hating on nobody. I'm just stating a fact for you motherfuckers, okay? There's certain people in Hollywood, which I will not name. They gave up 10 years ago. And I'll tell you why they gave up. Because every year, 2 people gave them a big check. Not because of the talent that they were now, but the talent they were then. Okay? Happens with me, but I have to leave the house. The difference between my check is I got to leave the house and do something.
Right.
Their check gets sent to the house. And in a year, we'll have a writer come to the house and he'll figure out your story. And that year never comes because the deal only holds you for a year. But they have to have tax write-offs. So they sit there on the 30th and they go, all right, 3 Spanish kids. We don't know 3 Spanish kids. Oh, how about George Kolodinsky? Check it out. His mother's Panamanian. George just qualified for $250,000. Some lady still goes, "Oh my God, I love George." You know, one of those women.
Right.
And it gets tossed to George. And they do that with a lot of people. Now, people are going to get this the wrong way. I'm not saying this. Amy Poehler does nothing wrong in Hollywood. Her and the other chick do nothing wrong.
Tina Fey.
Listen, they could pull up on you, fucking shave their pussy on camera, take the joke out of their snatch, read it to you. Dog. Oh my God. Her vagina, the way it moved, it's just, and I'm not hating. I love those 2 girls.
Right.
But let's face it, every project that they have now, they'll call those 2 first. And it's one of those things, if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, just keep the check. And it's like a $3 million check. They split it, you know. And there's a lot of other people like that in Hollywood. They haven't done much, but people like them. They're safe. They're not going to say nothing wrong. You know, they're not going to go up there and say something, you know, or act bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got, oh my God, I read something a couple of weeks ago where Cher called out Kristen Dunst about Dak Shepard. Like, I cannot believe you're married to that fucking moron.
Really?
Kristen Bell, yeah.
What did Dax do to Cher?
Huh?
What did Dax do?
I don't know. But I've known him for a long time. He married her, shot some steroids, and got some tattoos, and all of a sudden he's the number 3 podcast in America. You know, I know him since Renazizi and all those guys in that show fucking they did with Theo and all those guys. He didn't have a tattoo. He didn't have anything. He looked like a fucking scarecrow. He was so skinny, like an X-ray. All of a sudden he pops out with muscles bigger than fucking Arnold and
Does he really? I didn't know
tattoos and a shaved head. Since when? When did this happen? And, you know, so we're buying, again, that's a complete different fucking argument, which we'll get into some other time. But that's what I saw last. I turned it off. I watched, I don't know how long I watched that football game.
No.
We watched Landman.
Okay.
After Nick left, and we watched Landman, and we watched something else till 11, and that was it. But, you know, there's no reason for me to, but not living there now and watching that and seeing like the jokes from last night and, you know, it's just like I see right through it now. I saw behind the curtain, been there, done this. You know, I remember living in LA and going, man, I wish I went to the Golden Globes. Now I'm like, thank God. Because I would have left the press. Because as soon as I walk in there, they're going to let you know you don't belong here.
Well, they do.
Hey, how you doing? And they're talking to other people. They got sunglasses on now. You know, they're talking to directors and giggling at their jokes. So I don't need that in my life. I'm so happy.
Did not have to do that stuff?
Yeah, that's why you got to be grateful for what you have and what you don't have. And people looking at me go, oh, Joey, you would go. Trust me, I wouldn't know how to act at one of those things. If I had to sit at those tables and laugh at that shit, I'd rather be tortured in Venezuela. Okay, I'd rather you torture me to death than I'll call whatever. Send me to Venezuela. I want to be one of those Americans that's going to get tortured this week. Before you ever see them, they got to sit there and go.
Do you think they practice?
Oh, knowing those fucking fake motherfuckers, you know they're at home practicing with makeup on, makeup off. How does it look when I laugh with the earring? Should I put it in my nose? Should I put it in my eyeball to get more effect? You know.
Jesus. Now the comedian in me wants you to get like a really important acting role and like be forced to go.
Who?
You.
Dog, I would never go.
There's no way. Like even if it was like another De Niro movie and he was like,
you've been around me a long. There's no more De Niro movies, and I love them. I'm a big fan. I always will be. But De Niro ain't got no movies left in them. Neither do a lot of people.
Okay.
So I'm okay at living in Jersey. I'm okay not going those things anymore. Dog, I have not heard from the girl from The Sopranos now in 1.5 years. Because they invited me to 4 events, and I showed up to not one of them.
Not even. And so they
How
just stopped
sad.
asking.
I haven't heard from her, and I have to call and apologize and tell her that I was going through psychotic moments or something.
I don't know if you should tell people then. You just
Listen,
call it
man,
up. I was going through a psychotic episode.
I told my wife that one of my favorite jokes became my world. And it's not even that anymore. It's not even that. I think it's some form of negativity or something like that. Even though I read that book every January, I can't get rid of that. I'm sorry. I cannot get rid of it. I've tried. If I could talk to somebody about it, I would. Bill Hicks is my favorite joke of all time. People say marijuana makes you lazy. It doesn't. It just makes you realize what you're going to do ain't worth doing. And that is so true in my fucking world. And again, take the marijuana away. Just me sitting in front of the computer with a pen and a piece of paper, and I'm trying to write a joke, or I'm trying to journal, and I think about, I got to get in the car now, drive to Cliffside, and fucking park. And right there, I'm done. That right there, at 7 fucking a.m., I'm not supposed to be there till 10. And I'm not even high. I'm not saying that I even get high. I'm just saying that there's days I wake up and I go, mm-mm. There's days I wake up and I'm going to jiu-jitsu. But I'm so wired, I can't wait till 12. So I got to go box at 10. Then I'm too sore to go at 12 to fucking jiu-jitsu. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some days I'm ready to fucking go. Like, I ain't waiting till 12 to fucking do jiu-jitsu. I'm going to go fucking box. And I'll shoot down there at 9:45. So when the classes enter, I go in there. I go in the back and I do what I need to do. I talk to the fucking people for an hour. And I get the fuck out. I get my social. And I get some exercise. You follow me? But there's some days I'm like today, I had service at 7:45 a.m. I slept right through that motherfucker.
What service?
I had to service my car.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking. I think we're going to church.
I had to call them and lie and say I got diarrhea last night.
Oh, I love doing that.
Dog, I slept right through. I got up. I had 3 text messages. Mr. Diaz, we're expecting your 428, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I slept right through it, Lee. I got up. I'm like, well, I ain't making that today.
What was your excuse?
I know the one girl in service. I called her and I go, listen, it was a long weekend. She goes, I get it. A lot of people canceled on Monday.
Oh, okay.
I don't feel too bad. So I'm going to put it in there next Monday.
Yeah, I thought you meant like you came up with I had a real rough, I'm so sorry, my meetings ran late. And
No, dog, but I'm getting into that thing again where I'm getting up early.
Okay.
And then I do my shit and I got to go back to bed at 6:30, 7. I wait for Mercy to leave. As soon as she kisses me and we talk for 2 minutes, game is over. Right there, I know whether 10 o'clock is going to get canceled. I'll tell you why. Because I'm going to sleep through it. Or you have to assume I'm going to get up at 9:30 and go, fuck, 10 o'clock, I'm never going to make it. Because I got to process.
What's your process?
I got to drink my coffee. I got to fucking meditate.
Really?
It's even after the morning process.
Now, is that just because it's like something that's not that important? Because me knowing you don't seem like the kind of person who's like, listen, no matter what it is, I have to drink my coffee. Because like if I wake up and I'm late, I'll just go. I don't drink coffee, but like
out of respect for my brother George, there was a time I'd drink the coffee. But George, he don't leave the house until he gets his coffee. And if George could do it, so could I. And I don't do 2. I do 1 in the morning, and then I'm good for the day. And I could sleep on that cup of coffee. I could drink a full cup of coffee at 6, and by 7:15, I got to hit the crib. Done. Nappy Nunu time.
It doesn't really fully get, but then the second one gets you?
The second one don't do dick. It could be coffee or a Snapple iced tea.
I don't drink. I've started drinking espresso a little bit. I do espresso like at the shot now because I don't like coffee. But
you will. Not right now, but you will. Dude, I didn't like it either. And then one day when I was 30-something, I started drinking on a triple run.